Debunking the myths about Kamala Harris. All right, so I was watching a clip the other day about from MSNBC, and it was about some black voters who didn't support Kamala Harris. Now, your vote is your vote, but I want you to be fully apprised of what I believe are myths about Kamala Harris and myths that are going around the black community in droves, in my opinion. Now, remember, we still have a high percentage of black voters who support Kamala Harris and support the Democratic Party. And again, I'm not here to police your vote. I'm not here to tell you which party to vote with, but I do think that there have been some myths about Kamala Harris, and I want to clear those up today. So the first thing that I'll address, and I'll put the link below to the Twitter page that I saw the information on, is the first thing is that she's not qualified to be president. Kamala Harris might be the most qualified person to be president based on her political history. Donald Trump has been president before, but prior to being president, he was the most unqualified person. So to believe that you're willing to not vote for Kamala Harris because she's not qualified, a person who has been the district attorney, the attorney general, the U.S. senator, the vice president, all prior to her run to being president, to think that she's unqualified, it's insane. And not only that, let's talk about her education. She went to Howard University, and she then went to law school, and she then had to pass the California bar. Now, she did not pass the first time, and many people don't, and that doesn't make her unintelligent. But the California bar is widely known as one of the most difficult bars to pass in the entire country. So she's qualified because she passed the California bar and then was able to practice law in the state of California as a result of it. And then beyond that, again, her political stature. She's qualified. And then the woman follows that up with, and this is a quote, "I don't think she has what it takes to stand up to Putin and other presidents." I almost don't want to even address that, but that person has never worked for a woman before. That person has never worked for a black woman or worked with a black woman in power before. They don't take anything from anyone. As much as they've clawed and worked to get to whatever position they were in, they worked hard to achieve that position. They work hard to maintain that position, and they rule with an iron fist in that position. So to think that she will not stand up to Vladimir Putin or Xi Jinping or Kim Jong-un is absolutely insane idea to have. And I can't believe I have to even address that. Later on in the video, it said that Kamala Harris became black when it was convenient. And then the follow-up was, we all know she's not black. First of all, the idea that Kamala became black when it was convenient, again, it's not knowing the history. She went to an HBCU. She went to Howard University. She was an AKA. Long before any of this political stuff, she was siding with her black side. And to say that because she was sworn in as the first South Asian or first Indian woman as a U.S. senator, well, I mean, the first black U.S. woman U.S. senator was already taken 30 years prior. This was just about talking about history. This wasn't, hey, let's, just talk about, hey, she's the third black U.S. woman. This was just talking about history. So to use that headline and say she's become black when it became convenient, or she's not even really black, I thought we weren't policing people's blackness anymore. I thought that was done because we're not a monolith. We're very diverse as a people. We're diverse in our views. We're diverse in our hues, our complexions. So to say that someone's not black because they're mixed just doesn't make any sense to me. Here was another good one. The woman said, "I want my president to feel secure and manly about it." Oh, no. She said, I don't want my president to be scared because I'm scared. I want my president to feel secured and be manly about it. Like, these are the people that they interviewed. Manly about it? What? So basically, it just doesn't even matter. Because she's a woman, she can't be president. Like, she's just disqualified off the bat because she's a woman. Because you want your president to feel secure and manly about it. Like, I just don't understand, like, why, first of all, we have these views. And then also, like, I just don't understand why we have these views. And then also, like, why is MSNBC even interviewing these folks if they have these views and are posting them? Like, they're just like, she was just totally disqualified because she was a woman in this case. Oh, and going back to the idea of blackness, I'm trying to think through some of the quotes and things like that. Said that she doesn't understand our struggles. Again, when we're looking at basically a two-person race, a two-horse race, and it's Kamala Harris and it's Donald Trump, and you're leaning with Donald Trump because Kamala Harris doesn't support or doesn't understand our struggles, and you're leaning behind Donald Trump, who was born at least rich, if not wealthy. He's wealthy now. And to say that he understands our struggles, first of all, he doesn't have the same hue in his skin, the same melanin in his skin to know that when he walks in the door, you're automatically a person of color. That's a struggle already off the bat. I know he did his whole McDonald's stunt, but Kamala Harris said she worked at McDonald's. And if you know Howard University, you know there's a McDonald's right across the campus, right across the street from the campus. So that's her working for McDonald's was definitely believable to me. She went to an HBCU, a historically black college and university, Howard University. So what do you mean? She grew up black, she grew up middle class, she went to an HBCU, but she doesn't understand our struggles? She's worked at a fast food restaurant. She's worked hard. She's had to chop her way all the way up to the top. Not just magically get there. Donald Trump didn't hold a political office one time before he was elected president. Yet he understands struggle, our struggles. But Kamala doesn't. What? What are we talking about here? Oh, and another one of my favorites is she's been there already. It's always funny. It's like, when has the vice president ever held more power over decision making than the president? When has anyone who is second in line said, oh, actually, we're going to make that decision despite what my boss says? You go to work, you make a decision on the direction of the entire group without your boss's consent. Tell me when you come home whether you have a job or not. If Kamala Harris as vice president was running the country, she would not have a job right now. Joe Biden would have fired her long ago. The vice president doesn't dictate policy. The vice president is there, and the vice president gives his or her opinions on what policy should be, but the vice president doesn't dictate policy. The second in line doesn't tell the first person in line what to do. And you, as a person, should understand that if you're the leader, you don't let someone who's second in line tell you what to do. If that's the case, they're the leader. And she is the vice president, not the president. She is the vice president. So the fact that she's been there already just makes no sense. She's not the one who dictates policy. She's not the one who just says, who steps in front and says, I'm the leader of the free world. I dare her to try. She can't even say that yet. So let's be real. It's time to wake up. A lot of myths about Kamala Harris going into election day. And I just had to get something off my chest. It's my channel, and I know I've taken this political turn right before the election. I promise I'll get back, but I just had to get some things off of my chest. She's not black. She's not manly enough. She's not qualified. I just couldn't let her just continue to get beat around like that. And I might, nobody might not watch this video, but it is what it is. I just had to get this off my chest. So yeah, it's time to wake up. Let's be real. There are a lot of myths about Kamala Harris. She's not perfect. She is not perfect. But she's not black? What? She's not qualified? What? She's not manly enough to be president? What? She doesn't know our struggles? What? But Donald Trump is all of those. No, he is manly. But the fact that you have to be manly to be president? of the United States? What year are we in? I thought we were in 2024, heading into 2025. What year are we in to say that you got to be manly about it? I mean, saying it out loud again just kind of makes me chuckle. So, very interesting. That's all I got for y'all today. I promise I'll take another turn somewhere else and talk about how I suck at YouTube or something like that. So, it is what it is. Thanks for watching. Holla.